Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jai Radha Madhava Jai Vihari Jai Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Brajajana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jai Radha Madhava Jai Vihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jai Radha Madhava Jai Vihari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jayam Vishnu Pada Paramahansa Vajakacharya Astuttar Shatta Shrimad. His Divine Grace Abhay Charya Vinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. ISKCON and BBT founder Acharya Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki. Srila Prabhupada ji ki. Maha Krishna Srimad Bhagavatam ki. Gaur Premanande. All glorious assembly devotees. All glorious assembly devotees. All glorious assembly devotees. All glories, all glories, all glories to Shri Shri Guru and Gauranga. Simon? Can you get transmit the screen to YouTube?
Yeah, please.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayana Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Deving Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraet Nastaparesha Bhadareshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Utamashloke Bhakti Bhavati Naistiki Shringvatang Swakata Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtanaha Ridanta Stohya Badani Vidhunod Suritsatam Krishna Swadhama Pagate Dharma Gyanabisaha Kalona Stadishamesha Puranarko Anudotidha Mahagranta Srimad Bhagavatam ki. So, reading from Srimad Bhagavatam. One second. We are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 5, Chapter 3, Verse 13. The title is Rishabhadeva's appearance in the womb of Merudevi, the wife of King Nabhi. So, this chapter, we have the narration about the avatar of Rishabhadeva, the incarnation that came to defeat the hips. So the metric of this verse is impossible chanting. At least in my ignorance, I don't know the metric. I will try chanting, but we chanted together the word by word. King Chayang Rajarshya Patyam Kama Prajam Bhavadrishim Asha Sanaishwara Mashisham Swargo Pavargayorapi Bhavantam Upadavati Prajayamarta Pratyayo Dana Dhan Iva Dhana Pra Palikaranam. Okay, word by word. Let's go repeat together. Kincha. Moreover, I am this Rajarishi, pious king, Nabi, Apatyakamaha, desiring offspring, Prajan, Asung, Bhavadashin, exactly like you. Ashasanaha, hoping for. Ishwaram, the supreme controller. Ashisham of benedictions. Swarga Pavargayoho of the heavenly planets and liberation. Api Audog Bhavantan you Upavdavati worships Prajayam children Artha Pratyaha regarding as the ultimate goal of life. Dhanadam unto a person who can give immense wealth as charity. Okay. Maharati of charity. Eva like Adhanaha a poor man. Palikaranam little husk. Okay, the translation from Sanskrit to English by Srila Prabhupada is this. Dear Lord, here is the great King Nabhi, whose ultimate goal in life is to have a son like you. Your Lordship, his position is like that of a person approaching a very rich man and begin for a little grain. Maharaj Nabi is so desirous of having a son that he is worshipping you for a son. Although you can offer him an exalted position, including elevation to the heaven planets or liberation back to the Godhead. Okay, let's go repeat together. Dear Lord, here is the great King Nabi, whose ultimate goal in life is to have a son like you. Your Lordship, his position is like that a person approaching a very rich man and begging for a little grain. Maharaj Nabi is so desirous of having a son that he is worshipping you for a son. Although you can offer him an exalted position, including elevation to the heaven planets or liberation back to Godhead. Yes. So in this verse we can see the Brahmanas, the priests that Nabi Maharaj contacted for do this yagya, and we send this situation, this scene, that these Brahmanas are a little shamed. Purport by His Divine Grace, Bhajara Vinda Bhaktivedanta Srila Prabhupada Ki, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. The priests were a little ashamed that King Nabi was performing a great sacrifice just to ask the Lord's benediction for a son. So in the Vedic culture, we have a yagya sacrifice for attract children, a kid. But generally these ceremonies are in the Karma Kanda portion of the Vedas. The Lord could offer him promotion to the heaven planets or the Vaikuntha planets. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has taught us how to approach the Supreme Lord and ask him for the ultimate benediction. He said, Nadanana Janana Sundarim Kavitam Vajagad Isha Kamaye. He did not want to ask the Supreme Lord for anything material. Material opulence means riches, a nice family, a good wife, and many followers. But an intelligent devotee doesn't ask the Supreme Lord for anything material. His only prayer is Mama Janmani Jamanishware Bhavata Bhakti Rahaituki Twai. He wants to be engaged perpetually in the loving service of the Lord. Yeah? In the previous verse, Trinada Pisunichana, Lord Chaitanya teaching what is the mood of devotee. He is very, very humble, very, very militant. And in this position, very, very humble, that is the position of the soul, like a Jivatma, the eternal servant of the Lord, Jivira Swarupa Maha Krishna and Dasa. In this real mood, in the position of the soul, the constitution position of the soul, we can approach of the Lord. And what is the attitude? The attitude is without material desires. This is the path for one that achieve the Krishna Prema Bhakti, the pure devotional service of the Lord. This is the way of the pure devotional service. He wants to be engaged perpetually. He does not want promotion to the heaven planets or mukti, liberation from material bondage. If this were the case, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would not have said, Mama Jamani Jamani. It doesn't matter to a devotee whether or not he takes birth life after life. As long as he remains a devotee, actually eternal birth means returning home back to Godhead. Yeah, the devotees not are with fear and take birth again in the material world. The problem is lost the human form of life, and the human form of life don't have contact, don't have association with the devotees. Actually, eternal liberty means returning home, back to Godhead. A devotee is never concerned about anything material. Although Maharaj Nabi wants a son like Vishnu, wanting a son like God is also a form of sense gratification. Yeah, this is the emphasis of Prabhupada in this purport and in this whole chapter. A pure devotee wants only to engage in the Lord's loving service. Om Gyanantimirandasya Gyananjanam Shalakaya Chakshurmilitan Jana Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manavustan Staptan Yena Bhutale Swayamrupa Kadamaham Dadati Swapadantikam Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Swamini Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Prachayine Niveshesha Shunyavadi Pastyati Dishtarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Jai Dvaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Ghora Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Om Tat Sat Vanchakalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhya Vacha Patitanam Pavanibhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namaha. Again the translation, the verse. Dear Lord, here the priests, the Brahmanas are spoken. Dear Lord, he is the great King Nabi, whose ultimate goal in life is to have a son like you. Your Lordship, his position is like that a person approaching a very rich man and begging for a little grain. Maharaj Nabi is so desirous of having a son that he is worshipping you for a son, although you can offer him an exalted position, including elevation to the heaven planets or liberation back to Godhead. A son is too much small desire. So, Hare Krishna to everyone. Thanks for coming to the Srimad Bhagavatam class. This chapter is planned about the Nab Maharaj, that is a descendant from Agninidra Maharaj, Chapter summary, Shabadeva appears in the womb of Maradev, the wife of King Nabi. In the third chapter, the Lord, satisfied with Nabi's performance of sacrifice, personally became his son's desired by King Nabi on hearing his request to have a son like the Lord. Nabi was the first son of King Agninidra. So Agninidra is a descendant of Priyavrata Maharaj, and Priyavrata Maharaj are descendant of the great Swayambhuva Manu. Yes, the great transcendentalists, especially Swayambhuva Manu, is one of the 12 authorities, the Mahajanas, the 12 authorities in Bhakti Yoga, according Dharmaraj in the 60th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, Yamaraj. So, according to the 10 topics of Srimad Bhagavatam, what is the main topic? What's the subject of this chapter? Sarga, Visarga, Mukti, Nirodha, Ishanukata. Okay. In the second canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, in the last chapter, 10th chapter, Shukadeva Goswami, the second canto is very special because it's a chapter that Shukadeva Goswami is playing in first person. Yes, he is the speaker, the first speaker in this chapter. And to end this chapter, he is playing about the topics of Srimad Bhagavatam. We have 10 topics, yes, Sarga, Visarga, Sthana, the maintenance, Poshana, protection by the Lord, Uti, the creative impetus, Manvantara, explaining about the Manus, Ishanukata, narrations about the Lord. So, this chapter is contained this portion of Isha Anukata, that is kata, the conversation, the narration about Isha, the Supreme Controller, because Shabadeva is an important incarnation of the Lord. So this topic is Ishanukata. Explain also about Dharma. We'll see in the next chapters that explain about Dharma. That is a function when Krishna came on this planet, or his incarnation, he established Dharma. Okay, stories contest. So this is the genealogical tree. Basically, the Puranas working in the genealogical trees because they heard about these Vishnu devotees, Krishna devotees, or Krishna incarnation. Krishna appears, make your appearance in these very, very special families, very devotional families. And this is for the glory of this planet, is for the purification for this planet. So Swayambhuva Manu married to Shatarupa, and they have 2 sons, Priyavrata Maharaj and Uttanapada. Uttanapada is the father of Dhruva Maharaj. The descendant of Uttanapada was commented in 4th canto and of the 3rd canto. So now in this 5th canto we are studying the descendants of Priyavrata Maharaj, the second son of Swayambhuva Manu. Okay, this is a summary of the previous chapters for we understand the general context about the facts that happens today. The 10 sons of Maharaj Priyavata were named Agnidra, Idmajiva, Yagyabahu, Mahavira, Hiranyareta, Gritaprishta, Savana, Medhatiti, Vitihotra, and Kavi. These are also names of Agnideva, the sun god, yes, the fire god. Fire god, sorry. Sun god is Surya. In the womb of Purvachit, the Apsara, Maharaj, this is the previous chapter, chapter 2, Maharaj Agnidra, the best of kings, begot 9 sons, named Nabhi, Kimpurusha, Harivarsha, Ilavrita, Ramyaka, Hiranmaya, Kuru, Bhadrashva, and Ketumala. This is very interesting, these genealogical trees. In the Vansh Purana, this is stay very explicit because the Vanshi means bamboo. You know that in bamboo tree, have gomos, have different portions. This is Vanshi, the different portions of a bamboo tree. And this is the word of Vanshi, this is the meaning of this Purana, because the historic of these families is very auspicious to heart. It's very important to clean the heart of these very historical devotees from the past. After the departure of their father, the 9 brothers married the 9 daughters of Meru, named Merudevi, that is the wife of Nabi Maharaj, Pratirupa, Ugradanstri, Lata, Ramya, Shama, Nari, Bhadra, and Devaviti. Shukadeva Goswami continued to speak. Maharaj Nabi, the son of Agnidra, wished to have sons, and therefore he attentively began to offer prayers and worship the Supreme Person of Godhead. Lord Vishnu, the master and enjoyer of all sacrifices. Maharaj Nabi's wife, Merudevi, who had not given birth to any children at that time, also worshipped Lord Vishnu along with her husband. This is a very interesting information, because in this purport and in another purport for this chapter, Prabhupada emphasizes that the wife of the king participate together, are together with the king on the sacrifices, because in the Gurukula, the sons of the kings, the Kshatriyas and Brahmanas, go to Gurukula and they learn the Vedic mantras. But generally, the women in the Vedic culture don't recitation, don't make a recitation of the Vedic hymns. But here on this part, explain that the wives participate together with the husband. The Lord favors his devotee, not one who is expert in performing or sponsor yagas. So this is a purport of verse 2. The Lord is affectionate to his devotee. Therefore, when Maharaj Nabi, who was devotee, so this is a very important information, because we can thinking Maharaj Nabi want a son, and this is a material desire. So because he is not devout, no. The Bhagavad Purana and Prabhupada confirm Maharaj Nabi is a devotee of Vishnu. Maharaj Nabi, who was a devotee, worshipped and offered prayers to the Lord with great faith and devotion, and with a pure, uncontaminated mind. the kind Supreme Personality of Godhead, due to his affection for his devotees, appeared before King Nabi in his unconquerable and captivating form with 4 hands. So this is Maharaj Nabi's form. I wait that the Shikshastaka came for the lecture. So Shikshastaka said to me that the devotees always have a tilaka, shika, and dhoti. So this is the form of Maharaj Nabi. Oh my gosh. So this is the Chaturbhuja, the form of Lord Vishnu. Around the lower portion of his body, he wore a yellow silken garment. On his chest was the mark of Srivatsa, which always displays beauty. He carried a conch of lotus flower, the skin club, and he wore a garland of forest flowers, the Vanamali, and the Kaustuba gem, the jewel on chest. He was beautifully decorated with a helmet, earrings, bangles, belt, pearl necklace, armlets, ankle bells, and other bodily ornaments bedecked with radiant jewels. So this is the description on this chapter in verse 3. This is the verse 3 when Lord Vishnu appeared in the sacrifice, arena sacrifice of Nabi Maharaj. So this is very important, thinking the potency, the purity of a sacrifice, the success of a sacrifice, to attract Lord Vishnu, to Lord Vishnu appearance in person on the sacrifice. Yes, this sacrifice was very, very powerful. And the sacrifice was made by devotees. This is a description of the Lord Vishnu, Guna, Rupa, Nama, and Lila. All these 4 things are totally spiritual. Yes, sometimes in nowadays the persons explain, what is the spiritual? Oh, this is very spiritual. This person is very spiritual. This situation is very spiritual. But according to the Vedas, what is spiritual? Spiritual is all things that are connected with Vishnu or Krishna. So the name, the form, Rupa, in this case the description of the Rupa, the body characteristics, the body features of the Lord, your pastimes, Lila, and your qualities, Guna. This is totally transcendental. This is totally in Shuddha Sattva or Vishuddha Sattva. This is totally pure, the form of God. So we have a moment of tension and purport. So this is purport 7 and purport 13, the purport of today. Bhakti, devotional service, is the main way to satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead. It is not a question of arranging huge sacrifices. The priests were regretful, thinking that they were not on the path of devotional service and that their sacrifice was not pleasing to the Lord. Yes, this is worrying of the priests, but in the end, we can see that Lord Vishnu is very satisfied, because Lord Vishnu satisfied the desire of Rishabhadeva and Maharaj Nabi, and give us like son Rishabhadeva on Vishnu incarnation. Yes, Vishnu give to him to give yourself to Maharaj Nabi. A devotee is never concerned about anything material. Although Nabi Maharaj wanted a son like Vishnu, wanting a son like God is also a form of sense gratification. A pure devotee wants only to engage in the Lord's love and service. Yes? Someone can argument, so this desire of son, this is not devotion, pure devotional service. This is not Uttama Bhakti. This is not Kevala Bhakti. This is not pure devotional service. Yes, like Rupa Goswami defined in the Bhakti-Rasamrita Sindhu. Yes, Sanyabhilashta Shunyam Jnana Karmadi Anavartan. So Rupa Goswami defines pure devotional service, Uttama Bhakti, Kevala Bhakti, Shuddha Bhakti, like without the influence of jnana and karma. And suppose that this desire of a son is a contamination of a karma. So this devotional service of Nabi Maharaj is contaminated like karma, or karma Mishra Bhakti. Is Bhakti, is a devotee of Krishna, but have a little portion of karma, of material desire. So, in some way, this is not problem, because if the bhakti is the base, the material desire will burning, the seeds of material desire is burning, and what stay in the end? Only pure bhakti. It's like a person that drinking alcohol, and this person stay drunkard. Drunkard is adulterated, is a not normal consciousness. But after the drunkard passed, yes, what stay? Or only stay the original consciousness. So we have a contamination of jnana that try understand all things for my computation, for my capacity. This is jnana, yeah, the intellectuality. I try understand the word by myself, yes, by my ability, by my intellect. So, by the potency of devotional service, this is debilitated, and only stay the devotional service, because this is the condition of the soul, this is the condition of the consciousness. Krishna consciousness means pure consciousness, or original consciousness. Well then, without further ado, tell us what they should ask Krishna for. So, what we need, what is the real desire, what is legal or original ask to Krishna? What is the original ask to Krishna? So, when the most iconic answer is the Prada Maharaj answer in the 7th canto. Oh, how is pedido in English? Yes. Request. Yes. Thank you. What is the natural request of the soul? What is the request of the soul that don't bring more complications or obstacles in devotional service life? So for this is very important. If I approach God, what I request? I will request a cruise, a boat cruiser in the world, a new Ferrari, what is the what's the original request when we approach of the Lord? So the classical, iconical answer is from Prada Maharaj, yes, in the 9th and 10th chapter of 7th canto. So Nrsimhadeva asked to Prada Maharaj, I am very much pleased with you. It's my pastimes to fulfill the desires of all living beings. And therefore, you may ask from me any benediction that you desire to be fulfilled. And Prada Maharaj, after many talk, answer in the next chapter. Oh my Lord, best of the givers of benediction, if you at all want the best desirable benediction upon me, then I pray for your Lordship that within the core of my heart there be no material desires. Yes, so the great desire is not have more desire, because these don't bring more obstacles, don't bring more webs for we stay engaging in this material world. So we have a case very similar with this case of Nabi Maharaj. That is the case of Atri Muni. Atri Muni is one of the mental sons, mind sons of Lord Brahma, like Kashyapa Muni, like Kardama Muni, like Agastya, like Pulinda. It's very interesting because sometimes, like the four Kumaras in the beginning, these great sons don't know very specifically who is the God, who is Bhagavan, who is the absolute truth, who is the Param Tattva. They not know very specifically. So Maitreya said, when Lord Brahma ordered Atri Muni to create generations after marrying Anasuya, his wife, Atri Muni and his wife went to perform severe austerities in the valley of the mountain known as Ruksha. This is chapter 4, the genealogical tree of Swayambhu Manu and the father of the father of Dhruva Maharaj. I forget the name now. There, the great sage concentrated his mind by the yogic breathing exercise, and thereby controlling all attachment. He remained standing on one leg only. This is very interesting. This is a very difficult austerity. Eating nothing but air, and stood there on one leg for 100 years. Whew. He was thinking, may the Lord of the universe, of whom I have taken shelter, kindly be pleased to offer me a son exactly him. Yes, this is the situation of Atri Muni. He wanted a son like God, but he know not certainly who is God. Nabi Maharaj, not Maharaj, have a desire of a son, but he knows that God is Vishnu, and he is a devotee of Vishnu. Because this, the result of both will be different, a little different. Prabhupada explained in this purport of the sixth purport, yes, of the chapter, Canto 4. It appears that the great sage Atri Muni had no specific idea of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Of course, I think that Atri Muni was a Christian person. He must have been conversant with the Vedic information that there is a Supreme Personality of Godhead who is the creator of the universe, from whom everything emanated, who maintains this created manifestation, and in whom the entire manifestation is conserved after dissolution. Thus, this kind of devotional service in which knowledge of God's name is lacking is also described in Bhagavad Gita, where the Lord says that 4 kinds of men with backgrounds of pious activities, the Sukritnahas in the 7th chapter, verses 15 and 16, come to him asking for what they need. Atri Muni wanted a son exactly like the Lord, and therefore he is not supposed to have been a pure devotee, because he had a desire to be fulfilled, and that desire was material. So this is the result. The Anasuya sons. Thereafter, from the partial representation of Brahma, the moon god, Chandra was born of them. From the partial representation of Vishnu, Dattatreya, the great mystic Dattatreya. Yes, the Vedics, especially in the Upanishads, Dattatreya is like a leader of yoga. Like in the nowadays we have Patanjali. In the previous eras, Dattatreya was the incarnation about the Ashtanga Yoga, the Dhyana Yoga, the mystic yoga. Kapila Deva explained about mystic yoga also. The born great mystic Dattatreya was born, and it's from the partial representation of Shankara Lord Shiva, the powerful Durvasa Muni was born. So, Atri Muni was not a devotee, and Maharaj Nabi is a foolish devotee. That is it. Oh, the Shikshastra will explain. Atri Muni, despite being a powerful mental son of Lord Brahma, was not sure who the Supreme was, whether his father was Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, or Lord Vishnu, the Gunavatars, deities, who ruled the universe. In other words, he did not know what the form of the Supreme was. On the other hand, Nab Maharaj knew that Lord Vishnu is Bhagavan, but he had a desire to have a son. So this is the purport of Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. However, though it is improper to ask, we ask you because it is necessary. The saintly king, the sponsor of the sacrifice, desires a son, though he can get a son by worship devatas. He worshiping only you. But I will also give him swarga or liberation. Fearing the Lord would say this. They say, though you are the Lord of swarga and liberation, fulfiller of all desires, he is fixed on begging a son, not on liberation. That is his foolishness. Just a man desiring some husk purchase of wealth man, desire a son he worship you, see his stillbornness. So this is very interesting. Srimad Bhagavatam is very, very educative for us, for the spiritual soul. And one thing that we can learn in this chapter and with Atri Muni is the desires are very, very important. So the desires is a product of the mind, and Krishna is very, very merciful. Krishna has the tendency of satisfy all desires. But if these desires are material, we will stay more time in this material world, in the cycle of birth and death, to enjoy these desires. Even make a say a sukkah. So Prada Maharaj give the supreme instruction: what desire we approach of Lord without material desire, only the desire of have faith in incapable, unbreakable faith in Lord's feet of the Lord. If I am in bad condition or good condition in this material world, the unbreakable faith that will conduce us in the spiritual world, in the Lord's feet of the Lord. But it's very interesting, even this great sage, because Atrimuni is very, very powerful. Nabi Maharaj is very, very powerful. And even great personalities can be confused in this material world. Yes? So, Maya is terrible, is very, very difficult. Yes, the way of the pure bhakti, but material world is impossible. And third point is Atrimuni desire a son like the Lord, but who is the Lord? Brahma, Vishnu, or Shiva? This is a little confusion in the Vedics, in the Shrutis, that will very clarify in Smrits, in Bhagavad Purana, in Bhagavad Gita, and these another texts. And we saw the priestess with fear, yes, oh, this king is foolish because he asked to you, he requested to you the heaven planets, bhakti, but he wanted a son. So the priestess are with a little fear. But in the end, what happens? Vishnu stay satisfied with Nabi. Because what was the result? The result was a son like the Lord, or the own Lord accept be a son of Nabi. So this proved that even the Nabi Maharaj have a little desire, karma, mishra bhakti, or a little karma in your bhakti, even this, the Lord satisfied the desire of the Nabi in more that the heavyweight, yes, the great incarnation. So I will conclude here. Yeah, we have 5 minutes, perfect time to comments, not asks. And sorry by my English. Srila Prabhupada aqui. Maha Krishna Srimad Bhagavatam ki. Oh, this is the end. Yeah, we can go to Prasada now. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
It's flickering a little bit sometimes, but around was working. I mean, with my laptop it was very stable, maybe because of the sound. Let's see. I'm not sure if that's the reason or
so,
if...
This is genial that is working by wireless, but in my computer not is confidence, not is truthful. It's better not to use.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
With this, no problem.
The cable, yes, for me it worked perfectly. Yeah, you see also like sometimes when you load it, it took like a few seconds to show it properly. But for me, even video was working nicely actually. So, but I didn't use it so often yet. That we still have to see for everyone. And we didn't try with someone else. We have to see how it works in general. Yeah, then there's always the cable. And there's this adapter. they locked it in the cupboard and the key went. I don't know, I have to open this cupboard somehow in the seminar room. I think some kid might have took the key or something because they play there. It's gone. Yeah.
Thank you, Simon, for being help. Yeah.